Merrill, you started the year, quote unquote, pitching for Team USA on a very big stage. Now you're going to be pitching on the biggest of stages, the World Series. Just what are where does your mind take you when you think about this journey this season?
Honestly, just excitement. It's been a whirlwind of a year. Originally didn't think I was going to be in the WBC. Adam Jones threw it out to me in the offseason, just said if it was a possibility, would I be interested? I just gave him a simple yes, because I figured the Jacob deGroms and the Garrett Coles of the world would probably be in there before I would. And then that became a real thing. That was one of the most fun I've ever had playing baseball in my life. And then fast forward.
Did that prepare you at all for what you were about to face, or too much made of that?
Yeah, I think there's probably a little too much to be made of that. Obviously, the experience of that and the excitement in those stadiums was probably unmatched, just like I talked about at the bank. But I pitched in big games before. Korea was obviously a big experience for me going through the playoffs there, and those guys are super passionate. They chant and sing the whole entire game. So playing Japan was a little bit of a taste of not necessarily home, but my home for 4 years. But I think it was a good job.
Man, watching you pitch that last outing, and the only thing that kind of sticks in my head is the competitiveness that you have when you came off that mound and you're in the dugout, and they had told you, hey, bud, we're gonna give it up to that bullpen, but I knew you wanted to go deeper into that game. I thought personally you could, but given what that bullpen has done for you guys, how special is that bullpen?
Yeah, if you would have tried to take the ball from me in the beginning of the year when our bullpen was what it was,
we're fighting.
Yeah, we're fighting. We're fighting. I'm fighting. I'm taking Torrey back into the tunnel, and we're fighting right then and there.
We're flipping a desk.
Yeah, something's going on. But like you said, the bullpen, I got to hand it to the front office too. We've added a bunch of guys. We've remade it. It's a completely different look than what we had earlier in the year, and those guys have done a really good job rewarding the front office for putting them in positions to be successful, and that's exactly what they've done.
Do you pitch a different? Do you pitch a different way, knowing that you can kind of let the tank out a little bit in those first 6 or 7 innings, knowing that you have that weapon, or is it kind of, hey, I'm going to do me, and then whenever that decision gets made, okay, here we go?
Yeah, for me, I think I'm more of the old school mentality as far as starting pitching goes. Yeah, give me the rock and let me go as far as I can. My goal every day is 6. I think starting pitching, the metric now is kind of 5 and dive, and that's kind of a good job for you. My mentality is 5. I didn't do my job. 5 is kind of like kissing your sister. You did a good enough job, but not a good enough job to get us to 7, 8, 9. So in my opinion, if I go 6, then it makes it easier to go 7th inning guy, 8th inning guy, 9th inning guy.
A horse.
Real quick, what do you make of the contrasting styles between the two teams? This lineup has got some big boppers. They like to hit the ball over the fence. You guys are more speed, and maybe if you have to manufacture, you're able to do that as well. What do you make of that matchup?
Yeah, I think it should be exciting for the fans. I think it should be a good matchup. Obviously, like you said, their lineup kind of speaks for itself. They were first in pretty much every offensive category in the whole American League. And then for us, we try to just scrap our way to any type of chance that we can to win. So I think it's a good contrast. And we also have some guys that can hit the ball out of the park. So I think when you combine the speed that we have, the chaos that we cause on the bases, and then a guy like Christian Walker or Tommy Pham or Lourdes Gurriel or even Corbin Carroll that can thump you at any time, it's going to be pretty exciting.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations on getting here. I hope you enjoy the moment, and best of luck to you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.